cosplay time! Yay! Today, we're gonna be playing with some puppets made to promote the 1998 TriStar Pictures Godzilla movie. And these guys came from the Ohio-based toy company ReSaurus.
Hey, MIB!
Whoa! It's Ian from LBrosFilm, creator of the beloved YouTube series Walter and Zilla. What are you doing here?
Oh, you scripted me to be here.
Oh. Well, it's nice to meet you. You started your Walter and Zilla series a few years before I started Monster Island Buddies, and people still talk about it and quote it. And you used this same ReSaurus Godzilla puppet. Can you tell the viewers about it?
Sure! For anyone who doesn't know, ReSaurus was a toy manufacturer founded in 1993, and it was well known for its many licenses for video game properties. Sonic the Hedgehog, Crash Bandicoot, Duke Nukem, and more. And just like over 200 other companies in 1998, ReSaurus had the license to produce Godzilla products. Also, like those other companies, ReSaurus wasn't really allowed to advertise or show their Godzilla products until the premiere of the movie, since at the time, Godzilla's design, it was a big secret. And all of these merchandisers were forbidden to spoil what he looked like. You see, like even look on the t-shirt. It's just his foot. It's like, look. It's like, it's Godzilla. Ah!
Yeah, so it's really interesting when you look at these dealers' catalog pictures today, and it's all blurry shots, empty packaging, lots of close-ups of mouths and claws, stuff like that.
Look at, it's Godzilla! It's just a foot. Aside from some talking posters, the big ReSaurus contribution to the avalanche of Godzilla merchandise was, of course, puppets. They made puppets of all shapes and sizes, and these puppets are either of Godzilla or one of the babies from the movie.
But I guess they couldn't spoil the babies either, so this catalog refers to them as Secret Godzilla. Ooh. I'm gonna show you guys all the puppets I have, but first, I want to state, I love the ReSaurus Godzilla puppets. All of them are made with very flexible, highly detailed material that makes them easy to use, and they all look good.
So I like the puppets because, of course, I needed something durable that could stand up to all the crazy stuff I was going to put Zilla through. And I actually have 3 puppets. I don't know if the viewers ever caught that. But I just like them. And, they're expensive. They command huge prices on eBay. They make good collector's items, and they were just fun. They were fun things to play around with.
All right, let's go to the play table and see what we got. Thanks, Ian. We'll see you again in just a little bit. Let's start with what they call the Godzilla Action Hand Puppet, which includes his head, arms, and some dorsal plates. And the texture and coloring on these are just so well done. My hand comfortably fits right in there. One thing that did take some getting used to is the angle of the puppet. When you think of a hand puppet, traditionally you think of something you hold more upright, like this. But with Godzilla, he needs to be held at more of an angle to make him positioned right. Not a deal breaker by any means, just something different. I'm gonna jump over to the Junior Action Hand Puppet because this one's still in a box, so we can see a few more cool features. One neat marketing idea was to build the box so you can fit your hand right in there and try the puppet before buying it. On the back, oh man, look at this kid. You're taking it too far, Timmy, chill. These kids are playing with army figures, which of course are not included, but one cool thing about these puppets is, yeah, they can scale with those cheap army toys if you want them to eat something. They even kind of scale with the Trendmasters Godzilla movie toys. It's close enough. All this to say that these are cool puppets to mix with other toy lines you might have. Funny how the box doesn't say Baby Godzilla anywhere but underneath on the barcode. And it also uses the traditional Japanese Baby Godzilla trademark icon. Fun fact, the TriStar Baby Godzilla would indeed get its own trademark emblem, although it is much harder to spot in the wild. Another cool feature is that each box comes with a city skyline stage you can use with this puppet, as Timmy can be seen doing over here just moments before he cut his sister's hair without her permission. The good news is that you can remove the skyline without destroying the box. It's its own thing. You can see that the outline of the skyline is perforated, but it does not tear off easily. I'm afraid I'll accidentally rip it, so I'll need to use my scissors to cut this thick cardboard. This is awful. What a chore. Well, here's your skyline. It might have been a bit ambitious to have the skyline curve like this. Flat art would have been fine, but I understand that they want to give it a puppet theater look. What do you think? I'm the next Sherry Lewis. And here's a close look at Junior. Not much to add to what I said before. Of course, this puppet is a bit smaller than Papazilla, but that just makes it even easier to use, to be honest. Man, I especially love the pastel blues on these guys' dorsal plates. ReSaurus had a trademarked technology called Soundbite. It's basically this little voice piece here that can play several sounds when you press the button. So they released another Godzilla and Junior with these voice boxes installed in the head, and they called them the Soundbite action hand puppets. And at first glance, you might think this is the same puppet I already showed you, just with a sound box, but this is actually a different puppet. The Soundbite Godzilla is bigger, the paint jobs are different, with more colors on the Soundbite puppet. The shoulders are much more pronounced. It's a bit heavier too, and it's still nice and flexible, but just slightly less, I'd say. So let's listen to what sounds it makes. There we go, some nice Godzilla roars, built right into the toy. What is that, a machine gun? Tanks? And I guess those are just footsteps. No, I get it, they're all just general sounds that you can use in your playtime, but the fact that the sound box is so near the mouth keeps making me think I'm supposed to puppeteer the sounds, like Godzilla is saying them. Of course, there's also a Soundbite Junior, but I don't have that one. Oh, one more thing about this Godzilla. It glows in the dark a little bit. In fact, according to the dealer's catalog, they have glow-in-the-dark eyes, teeth, claws, and spines. It needs a lot of direct light to get the effect going. The eyes and teeth are most noticeable, but the rest does glow enough. Also, this catalog says that the first two puppets I showed you, the ones with no sound, should glow too, but they definitely do not. Next, we have the Super Action Puppet, also listed as Full Body Action Hand Puppet. This is like the first Godzilla puppet I showed you, but the whole damn body, in case you're planning a ventriloquist act, perhaps. This is a big puppet, about 16 inches long. It goes all the way up to my elbow, and while it's still nice and flexible, it's just not quite as easy or fun as the half bodies. Don't get me wrong, I am super impressed by this thing, and I'm glad I have it. But the smaller one is just more manageable for my playtimes. Quick note too, I've heard a lot about these guys tearing at the tails or the knees. Just something to look out for if you decide to hunt one down for yourself. Oh, and this one glows too. Check it out. So that's it, right? The puppets can't get any bigger than this, right? Wrong! Things get even bigger, and we'll get into that right after this playtime trivia. For that, I need to welcome back my special guest, Ian.
Thanks, MIB. You know, Godzilla wasn't the only licensed property that ReSaurus made puppets for. Which one of these movies also got ReSaurus action puppets, similar to the Godzilla ones? Was it A, Anaconda, B, The Lost World Jurassic Park, C, Anastasia, or D, Men in Black? The answer, in just a moment. Welcome back. And the answer to the trivia question is B, The Lost World Jurassic Park. In 1997, ReSaurus released Jurassic Park dinosaur puppets very similar to the Godzilla ones they would make the following year. Some even had the same Soundbite technology. So if you've ever wanted to do an epic puppet show crossover, be sure to get one puppet from each line. Now, back to the show.
If your whole marketing campaign is size matters, then I guess it makes sense that you're going to release some big-ass toys. The ReSaurus catalog presents the Godzilla Full Body Extreme Action Hand Puppet. This one's 3 feet tall. He has the Soundbite box, he glows, and he makes a mean cup of coffee. Apparently only 2,500 of these were made. How much bigger can you make a Godzilla puppet before it's just a full body suit for a toddler? Okay, we're getting too large. Let's scale things down again. Let's finger Godzilla. That didn't come out right. So these are finger puppets. They came in 3 packs. You get Godzilla and 2 babies. These guys are obviously scaled down and yet still great quality. Important details aren't really lost and they're still nice and colorful. Godzilla looks like he's trying to reach out to strangle someone, but that's okay. The packaging says you can control its biting jaw with your thumb and fingers. I wish it clarified that better because I really struggled to get this effect. Here are the two babies. They're pretty much exactly the same. Some subtle differentiation would have been great, but I get it, it's fine. It's nice to have two of the hatchlings. And here's the finger puppet with the other two half Godzilla puppets to give you a nice size comparison. These finger puppets do not glow in the dark. But these finger puppets do! Yeah, they released this set again, but as glow-in-the-dark versions. And unlike the other puppets with glow-in-the-dark accents, these guys totally glow in the dark. I mean, you could see it right here in the coloring. Godzilla's all blue and the babies are all this yellowish color. But let's see the effect in action. Very nice. These guys glow completely. It's a nice effect, and I also like that they're two different shades. Woo, that's bright. So, this video has been about ReSaurus puppets, but I feel like I need to mention another puppet from a different company, Equity Toys. They made this guy. I know a lot of viewers have some nostalgia for this toy, but man, it just does not compare to the ReSaurus puppets to me. It's got a hard head and completely plush body with arms and legs. Even the head, when you compare it to the ReSaurus toys, it's serviceable, I guess, and I know it has its defenders, but it's just not nearly as good in my opinion. Plus, this puppet lacks the flexibility of the ReSaurus puppets. The plastic is a bit harder, so it takes more force to control its mouth. It's not too much force, but again, compared to the ReSaurus releases, this is just a big step down. This one's supposed to have some roaring action, but I bought mine with no sound box. And this guy was also available as a plush with no puppet hole. And I would say that this one is slightly better just by virtue of its posture, but anyway there, I acknowledged these. Sometimes people get into conversations about the 1998 Godzilla movie, and you might hear or read someone say, regardless how you feel about the movie, the merchandise was really good. And if it's me saying that, this is the kind of merchandise I'm talking about. Like seriously, these ReSaurus puppets are amazing. Anyway, I want to thank Ian from LBrosFilm for popping in to say hi.
Thank you to MIB, to Monster Island Buddies for emailing me and inviting me to come on his show. It's been great. I know there's still a lot of LBrosFilm fans out there, and love you guys. I see all your comments. Every time someone comments, I see it. You know, I don't always reply, but thankful for the time on YouTube, and I just wish I could have more time to consistently put out uploads, because I know you guys are out there and you still want it. So I've just been so busy with real life and working on real movies and TV shows that unfortunately I haven't had the time to do stuff on my own anymore. But eventually, you know, never say never. That's the stance I've been taking on this whole thing, is eventually I do want to make more stuff again. I just don't know when it's going to be. So, but thank you again to MIB for inviting me on. This was a real treat, so can't wait to see the video.
This has been Playtime, and we'll see you again real soon.